ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Sri Lankan series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel. And as I was, getting a little bit of ahead of time, I skipped a couple days until yet another Sri Lankan related event pops up. Resting in Anambalana. Today, I went on a little excursion to the countryside near my residence in Vijayarajapura. We stopped at an Ambalana, one of the typical wooded structures built along the roads of Tambapani, meant to provide shelter to travelers, particularly pilgrims. It was a calm, peaceful day, and the landscape by the Ambalana was absolutely breathtaking. I decided to stay a little longer than we planned, so I could just admire the view and enjoy the nature around me. Good thing I decided to go there today. Lose a bit of stress, which I do have some. It's always good. But then again, I could always be callous at somebody that that I would take issue with. Then that would lower my stress also. Well, anyways, let's continue on. But as you know, I'm 30 years old, still unmarried, not yet married. No children, but that'll soon change while I'm during my 30s. Because I was content of being just a military strategist, live a martial lifestyle, rather than thinking about, having a family. But I'm figuring I've reached that kind of age where I may have to take priority at that. Keyword may. And plus I have this very large amount of gold, and I could use it for something. But I do have something in mind, which is something we don't typically do. Oh, when is it? Okay, wait till April. That I wish to abstain from vices during Vasa. I want to make a bit of a change. So, as a reminder, each year, all Theravadins, whether monastics or laity, observe the Vasa or rain retreat, which lasts 3 months. Though not a monastic, I could go beyond the usual formalities. If I want to adopt more ascetic practices during Vasa to demonstrate my devotion to the Buddha's teachings. I will forego vices, potentially earning me a different character modifier and boons like piety. While the Vasa is ongoing, I will have the abstaining vice or Vas character modifier, which is basically near impossible to have any chance of being pregnant, since I have not engaged in any intimacy with anybody. And at the end of us, I could partake a Katina festival and donate to monastic for extra boons, which my minimum is cost 25. Although I would gain a bit of stress because I'm a bit callous, as I don't typically do that stuff. However, being callous presents unique challenges and opportunities during Vasa, that there is a tiny chance that you'll even reform and become the opposite, compassionate. Because you think that I've been having high dread and people are out to kill me and they hate me because of my high dread. And maybe there's a small chance that I may change my ways. So as a reminder for historical context, in India during the rainy season, early Buddhist monastics stopped traveling to observe Vasa, as to avoid harming crops, insects, or themselves in rough weather. Vasa is still done by Theravadins in Southeast Asia during Vasa. Some later adopt more stringent lifestyles or even take monastic vows, and it is followed by the joyous Kathina festival. Non-Theravadins, living in different climates, have largely abandoned Vasa in this form, though they may observe equivalent forms of retreats. It only costs prestige, as this will be a spiritually fulfilling experience. The Vasa or rains retreat's almost here. Very soon, Theravada bhikkhus will retire to their monasteries to focus solely on meditation, the study of Theravada Buddhist scriptures, and more. Laites such as myself usually take this time to redouble our efforts and live virtuous and moral lives. However, this year I want to take it another level. There are some laity who vow to adopt more ascetic practices, such as cutting down on meat and alcohol, and restraining from potential negative deeds such as sexual misconduct or harming other beings. I have taken such vows. Once Vasa begins, I will abstain such vices. Hopefully, doing so will help me spiritually. I must prepare myself while I still have time. Now, today is the Asara Puja, or Dharma Day, and the first day of Vasa. Dharma Day commemorates the anniversary of when the Buddha set the wheel of Dharma in motion by giving his first sermon on the Four Noble Truths, that there is suffering. That suffering is caused by craving. There is a state beyond suffering and craving, nirvana, and finally, the way to nirvana is through the Eightfold Path. Anyways, as usual, I visit the local temple to pay my respect to the bhikkhus and listen to their sermons and engage in prayer. However, this year I'll also do my best to abstain from various vices. Sure, it won't be too different from a normal life to cut down on excesses. My aspiration is to succeed in this endeavor. So we don't know if there's an event that'll pop up that'll give me a tiny chance to become compassionate, but at least this is an attempt. And it kind of makes sense for her to do it. It's like, yes, she may be callous, but she's calm and temperate. So she's about as virtuous as some of the past rulers of Tambapani. It's just she was raised differently. And she decided to take that vow. And maybe perhaps she'll see the error of her ways and try to be a better person. I mean, at least give her a chance to try to reform herself. Though it's a very tiny chance of that, but I think ultimately, who knows? Compassion, however, is not a virtue, but it is in Jainism, I believe. Plus, I need to do something to stall for a time until we have the opportunity to go on the Grand Tour again. Although Vasa says it begins in July. One issue, if I want to call it that, during Vasa is that sometimes it isn't always easy to buy food and drink. Just as many people try to cut down on excess indulgence during this time, even shopkeepers and merchants will cut down on how much of such indulgent products they sell. Unfortunately, I'm having difficulty in buying enough of these products to serve for some upcoming functions and gatherings I'll be hosting. Now, given I am not a bhikkhu, it isn't certainly a problem if I want to buy some things within reason, especially if it would help me with my various duties and responsibilities as the Maheshi. But I have agreed to abstain from vices this year, or at least reduce them. So perhaps there's an opportunity for me to put that into practice and do what I'd say I'd do. What she would say, since she is stubborn, tempered, and calm. I think a calmer side of her would say, yes, perhaps I will wait until later to buy these things. Not to mention temperance. She isn't necessarily patient, though. I have heard one of the local monasteries is short on supplies of food. Normally this wouldn't be a problem, as the bhikkhus could simply go out and beg for alms. However, during Vasa, bhikkhus are discouraged from traveling outside of monasteries, and there are strict regulations about this. Even if they have a justified reason, it is the responsibility of the laity, such as myself, to assist them so they can focus on their spiritual practice. I'll donate a lot to the monastery. But again, as a virtuous Buddhist, I have to be supportive. After 3 long months, Vasa is over. This year I took the extra step of adopting a more ascetic practice, trying to abstain from various vices. Whether I succeeded or failed, is an opportunity that I at least tried. There's always room for improvement that I may live a more virtuous and happy life in line with the teachings of the Buddha. The end of Vasa is marked by the Kathina festival. Traditionally, parades and ceremonies are held to celebrate the end of the monastic's retreat. There's also time for us to give gifts to bhikkhus to show our gratitude. Perhaps I should give a gift of my own to thank them for their efforts, particularly in helping me abstain from vices this year. I will donate new saffron robes, as is tradition. I've always wanted to be as virtuous as my father. 13 months. Well, there's still time to do this ancestor veneration ceremony. So let's have a sacred ceremony. Again, you can do it at any church holding you like. All the way to Yapanaya. It'll be a large one. Let's go. It's time to start the journey to Yapanaya for the ancestor veneration ceremony. I'm sure the headache and hassle of organizing this trip will be worth it in the end when we reach our destination. Or at least, I'll have to hope that is the case. Because otherwise, all this stress over to prepare for the trip would have been for nothing. We go through these houses for a good reason. So, I decided to organize an ancestor veneration ceremony. A larger scale than we normally would. It'll be held in Napanai, as I felt the accommodations there were suitable for the occasion. Anyways, I sent word to the other members of the Vijayabahu dynasty who serve under me, or live in my territories, to join me for this important occasion. The ancestors will be most pleased. Oh, you again? Is that the wind I hear? Or... This is my bodyguard, why do I want to do that? In fact, you got any money in you? Okay, I got it. You're gonna end your days in a dungeon. Your penalty is a fine. Hang on. Cannot be ransomed. It is my courtier. I'll tell you what, I'll let you off. Past dreadful behavior, no deceptive ambitious. You know, if I did say I want the money, so just get out of here. We'll find a new bodyguard. Now she's off to Talakat. That's in Tamil Nadu. I know that place. Or at least near it. Half brother. Hostage. It is with joy today that I received a visit of my friend Morgan as I engaged him in lively discussion about anything and everything, from the state of the realm, to gossip about my courtiers passing by us, or to that reminiscence of the common past. It was a sense of thrill that he tried to persuade me into attempting to improve one of my skills under his tutelage. All I have to do is buy some old books about the subject matter and the lessons could start. Be aware of that. If you fail to learn anything, you'll lose prestige and everybody will be a witness of your failure. The chance of success is influenced positively by being diligent, shrewd, quick, intelligent, genius. High skill of learning has to be above 12. Negatively, you may have a low learning skill or being dull, lazy, slow, stupid. No. So let's do it. Pay 19 and see if I will lose prestige or I will gain 1 or 2 intrigue. Today I've gathered the members of my family to pay respect to our ancestors in the grand ceremony, as we performed the traditional Theravada rites, invocations, ritual offerings, and gestures that typify these ceremonies. We reflect on our forefathers and foremothers, the struggles they went through, as well as the wisdom that they have continued to provide us to this day. Following this ceremony, we gather for a family meal and spend time with each other. We reaffirm in our hearts that the memory of our ancestors cannot be forgotten, and we must do our best to honor their legacy with righteous acts. One can only hope that they are watching us from beyond, that they are proud of what the latest generation of the Jebahu family has accomplished. It's always proper to pay respect to one's ancestor, if they were known. It's good. Tonville Hospitality. Now I gotta keep moving. As much as I'd like to stay here. Can't believe I almost ate that garbage. I'm temperate, you know. Can't be eating that stuff. Thanks to Darth. I can go inside again. That's another thing. Make a bunch of investments. Let's not have a keep building. Let's have a keep then. Okay, now I'm in all of, and I'm gonna be investing quite a lot. 10 months to Grand Tour. I was hoping it would be time to meditate, but no, I guess we'll have to wait it out then. Since I got rid of my old bodyguard, I need another. You'll do. You're a few years younger. You've been good to me. Actually, there is one more thing. Relic veneration in Tambapani. It's just to increase the prominence a bit while decreasing the others. I haven't been doing that in the last couple. That'll be 92 gold. Now I'm traveling to Anuradhapura to venerate the sacred Bodhi tree. Buddhist devotees from all over Tambapani come to this sacred space to venerate this relic as a way to honor the 3 jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. As a Theravada, this will undoubtedly be a wonderful spiritual experience. May the 3 jewels protect us on our journey. My sister died a leper. Kill the tent and have this winch burnt. It's keeping the dread up. Not trying to be, you know, like, I don't know, a sadistic ruler. It's just, I just don't like certain people. That's all. I'm a virtuous Buddhist. It's just I don't like some people. I'm not a sadist. I'm not that vengeful, and I don't do it out of anger. Just, you know how she is. At last, I have arrived in Anuradhapura to venerate the sacred Bodhi tree. The tree was planted many years ago when Sangamita, daughter of the great Emperor Ashoka, came to Tambapani to spread the Dharma among the people there. She bought a branch of the original tree where Lord Buddha is said to have sat under as he attained enlightenment. That branch is the origin of the Bodhi tree here. Since then, many have come to honor the tree by partaking in ceremonies to bathe, care for, and make offerings to it. I aspire to do the same things now that I'm here. Let us rest and prepare for this first. Again, I'm reading all this text because it's been a while. It's to remind people what this is about. Buddhist temples at Tambapani often have Bodhi trees, and the Bodhi Puja ceremonies to venerate these trees are a common sight. The tree in Anuradhapura, however, is no ordinary tree. It is the original great Bodhi tree, a towering figure, beautiful in its own ancient, venerable way, and surrounded by many devotees. Like other devotees gathered here, I have partaken in the various rituals, from prayer to Circumambulating around it, to leaving offerings of coconut oil lamps and other auspicious items like flowers, fruits, incense, coins washed in saffron water, and more. I also hang flags on the tree's branches with the hopes that my wishes be fulfilled. Bathing the tree is the most important ritual, however. The Bodhi tree has a staff of monks dedicated like people who water the tree and clean it daily, so in order to accrue great merit. This, however, differs from the bathing ceremony that I and the other devotees are not doing. With scented water, we wash the tree lovingly as if it were the Lord Buddha himself. After all, we do not worship the tree itself, but honor it as a symbol of the Buddha. As we complete this ceremony, we circumambulate the tree once more, saying various prayers, and I decided to recite the common prayer stanza. I pay homage to this Bodhi tree, under which the teacher sat, attaining omniscience by overcoming all fears, all foes. I also make offerings to this great Bodhi tree, which was honored by the leader of the world. I pay homage to you, King Bodhi. Truly, it is as if the Lord Buddha were here. My visit to Anuradhapura to engage in Veligration has come to an end. What joy, what fulfillment, what peace, what contentment. However, as the Buddha taught, all things are impermanent, including this trip. It is time to go back home and reflect on everything that had happened. I'm glad that I found the time for this all in all. 6:45 is the current prominence for Mahavihara. It was 6:35 and now it's 6:45. We're trying to get back up. The goal is 900. Remember that, people. And now we wait for 7 months so we can begin our taxation tour. The new and improved taxation tour, because once it's complete, we would have the vassal tax contribution of plus 25%. which we would make even more fortune than before. That's Pilgrimage Street product. 4 months. I would begin to make plans. Just let the time tick on while I select those people here. Tour the grounds over up there. Have dinner, 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 culture festival. Obviously with reduced cost. Just a small entourage. The Sangha of the Struggle. Mahinda have established a Theravada holy order. Well, that's very good. Obviously bring the Silk Road merchants. Count down the days. I arrived back at my dug after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day 32 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish relationships I cultivate over the years. So it's sad to have not heard from my Parakramahu, Agavarada, Mahinda, or any of my other friends today. I trudge along in my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet when I hear a clanging hushed whispers from down the hall. What could that be at this hour? Happy birthday! What a surprise! All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of life. There's even a entire table laden with saffron cakes, my favorite. Here I was thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe that Parakramba went through all this trouble reaching this in secret. I had not a clue that such thoughtful surprise was being planned. My friend Mahinda approaches me, struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Evidently trickster. He says, I have 3 gifts here for the choosing. One shall be yours. Which shall it be? Give me the medium-sized one. Inviting the Wild. A book. This book contains a modest illuminations on the nature of companion animals. It is elegantly illuminated and illustrated. The cover is wood that's been painted to display a repeating image of the majestic bird. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. Gaining a little bit of prestige would be nice. So, yeah, do go with Travelog. And for once, actually go into lechery, as I intend to embrace my carnal desires and seek sexual encounters with plethora of partners. If I was a lustful character, that would be stress reduction. But since I'm getting a bit older, as that birthday reminded me, it just tells you that I gotta find a man of my dreams. If there isn't one in Tamapani, then there's gotta be one elsewhere. That'll be 300 some odd gold, but we'll be gaining a lot more gold during this time. And after that, oh, I'm willing to burn all that money by holding a grand tournament or something. Will do. Time has come to depart for my grand tour of Tambapani. My court is packed, ready, and rearing to go. Our first stop will be my cousin Mahasena's Doga over in Malaya. I look forward to be helping the people contribute to the nation's wealth by any means available. The Vijaya Bahu Agaraji's subjects should certainly not have any surplus hidden from the crown after this tour is concluded. I cannot wait. By the way, that book that I just got is a court artifact, so it's not particularly useful to me. Thank you very much. My arrival at Ratlatus Mahasena's Doga was marked with fanfare befitting the Maheshi of the realm, and the presence of my coffer wagon and tax collectors quickly noted. A chance to see my cousin, and whatever his situation lives up to the nobility of House Vijayabha. Mahasana outlines the planned tour and assures me that Malaya is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. Let's get to it. Gama Sankada Galapura is truly an opulent and excessive place. Seems like a truly opulent and excessive place. But to blow the rat to law do it is ruler. Everywhere I look, I see signs which all point to one thing. Undeclared taxable amenities. The livestock count seems higher than reported. Natarata, whose abode seems almost luxurious enough from his Helena suggests such taxes access. Such Mahasana has clearly not been paying his dues. Oh, I'll tax him. He paid the tax. Yes. So now, what do you don't see? Mahasana has been a quite gracious host so far, showing me his lands and possessions with pride. So I'm immediately taken aback when he starts stammering, trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door passing by. Are you hiding something from me, Mahasana? I take advantage of the moment of stunned. Shameful, guilty, signs pushed door open. Now I'm surprised what I find. The door leads to a courtyard filled with the healthiest, strongest looking hounds I've seen in a while. He's already paid me well enough. A fellow connoisseur, because I have the hunter trait, and he too is a hunter. Be friends. Common interests. I conclude my royal visitation. Now in procession prayers depart. Mahasana discords lined up to see me part. Now if I want presents, time to collect tribute for bestowing my presents. Oh, he's my friend. He'll likely pay tribute again to me. So he's paid me twice. As I take notice of performances of Basilado Morgulano Brahana and a council, or among informal vassals meetings, I sense he's ever more influential in decisions being made and the advice being given to me. It is no wonder that his political mastery improves his contribution to long-standing influence at large. A talented one. He gains the trait of savvy politician, also known as the cunning politician. That's plus one skill for all. I receive a welcome worthy of my history at the gates of Morgulano's Doga in Rohana. Call for wagon and tax collectors to make it a goal my visit clear. It's been too long since I sat down for dinner with such a good friend. The burners of the realm have forgotten this spear too rarely. Forgotten explains the planned evening banquet, promising entertainments and big tolls on offer will near the Stance Mountain Court's dinners. He assures me that this is the only finest food he has to offer. Let's begin. But I will not have much of excesses, as I'm very careful of what I eat. Marada Buddha, Avani Yala Pauri Nirvaranta Haranju. Again, Tamil name. As protest claiming to have given Morgulano's permission to join this court in a place of my own. Late in this past has certainly improved my standing with Vassado, but this is the insult of stealing members of my court so they could truly overlook. No, he's mine. He's my bodyguard. That old Dewan is destroyed now. Life as a history brings all manner of magnificent and fanciful food on my plate, but I've lately grown tired of the same flavors and textures I desire are truly outrageous, but truly exotic. To one side of me I see pomegranate cakes, and to the other are boiled vegetables. What if I were to take these two distinct flavors and taste them at once? Oh heck. Stubbornness or temperate, but yes, it'll be a worthwhile experiment if I can. Experiment was a failure. Gained stomachache. Time for tribute. Thank you. Still not good enough. Negotiate alliance with this is from Arakan. Nephew. Sure. Dinner time. This evening I've been seated beside Rendra Sena's daughter Damika, and the child has been a true delight. The more I speak of her, the more I see the potential to be molded in my image. Feel urged to take her home as my ward, but I couldn't do such a thing without her father. I could ask something more time. I have at the time. The callous in me says it. The region we're traveling through has suffered from an unusual amount of rain recently. The road has cleared and has made the roads muddy. Most of it has been manageable until today, when some of our luggage trains got stuck in the mud. We had to spend considerable effort in getting Except for the time getting the animal supplies on stock here on the drive now. After we leave this, we have a 5-day delay. It has been a long and wondrous evening of revelry and merriment. Many a goblet of wine has been shared between me and my good host. However, it would seem that Pastor Narendra Sinha has been trying to drink more than me. Always filling his own goblet. Well, I don't mind. Some sort of plus challenge. Perhaps I'll set stakes here. I lose stress because I'm temperate. You underestimate my prowess here. I won the drinking contest. Everyone's making merry at dinner, until another of my legendary jokes. Much laughter and applause and coughing. I look around and see Pastor Malavika of my Rama clutching at his throat, tight to acting heavily, growing red on her face. Seems my jokes have been a little too good for her. I could leap to the rescue, of course, but is that really my concern? All the cows to me says, this isn't really my problem. Although, she's also just as callous and arrogant. She's arrogant and vain. Never had children. Except those from a previous marriage. Not my problem. Time to pay for tribute. Sorry about your loss. Another dinner's prepared for me during my stay. It looks to be a real winner. I salivate just to look at this steamy dish. Is right about to take my first bite. An irritatingly familiar voice pierced my ears. My cousin, Duke Bori, arrived to spoil my appetite. His mere presence bringing my blood to boil. What makes matters worse is Narendra Sinha, my own, appears jubilant in my misery and actually started laughing at the joke of the sworn enemy of the crown. Listen, your wife just died, choked on her food, and then I assume you quickly got over it and says, hey look, it's my friend. That's my cousin and rival. And he's also a spy master. That's a dangerous individual. Narendra Sinha's playing a dangerous game here. I'm out of here. As we traverse the plains, trudging through the mud, we encountered a modest wayward shrine, neatly carved, sports a Dhamma-chakra on its head, and below what are the words, here lies Saint Siddhartha of Raja Rama, blessed son of Raja Ganaya. The heck? Seems the local spiritual figure is being patronized in these parts. Not one thinks about the Theravada Sangha. Cast down this heterodox. You eat it. Now we have dinner with Vikrama. Although we had issues. You do not like me because I've been a very dreadful person to you. What? How you... The dinner this evening is a little different from what I'm used to. The cook lackadaisically drops the bowl in front of me and I'm immediately met with the most unworldly aroma I've ever smelled in my life. This dish is from the depths of Narakas, offensive to all the senses. Some slimy green substance sits in its pale foamy broth like an untended chamber pot. The single spring of urban place on top is futile to make the thing look appetizing. Every instinct compels us to fling the thing out of the nearest window. But Vikram of Mount Radhapura assures me this is a local delicacy worth of nation. Look, I will lose stress if it's a good meal, but my tempered soul. I won't let this filth touch my tongue. No, never, never. As I finish my latest meal, I cannot help but feel like there's a hole in my stomach where some dessert ought to be. Vikrama can read my mind, it seems. As before I even have the opportunity to complain, he calls for his servants to bring out his special cakes. Nothing but the finest hashish cakes from Mahesh. Says an absolute amount of stuff dropped on my plate. I will consume them all. That's more like it. One second. Okay. This evening I'm sitting next to Vikrama's nephew, Vikram. Okay, Vikram and nephew Vikram. Watching as he sighs into his plate of longing. Truly, I grow tired of this life here in Anuradhapura. I long to elevate my station on. My talents are wasted here. Lately I've been thinking of slipping over with you back to Vijaya Rajapura where I could really show what I'm worth. His laments seem genuine. But can I really steal Radha Vikram from this court? I'll tell you what. I don't know. I mean, you're not that bad of a person. You're honest, you're tempered, I mean, you're virtuous. So I could be a shoulder to cry on at least. Now, time for tribute. Okay, he pays. I feared that he wouldn't. Although I would have dared him. What I mean by that is, I was hoping that he refuses so we can imprison him and get him out of my country. And I'll appoint nephew Vikrama as the new vassal to be the one to rule Anuradhapura. The streets of Vani are richly decorated for my realm, and my vassal, now his son, dutifully awaits me. Ah, how delightful it is to set foot here again. Can't wait to see what splendid performances and delicious meals prepared for me this time, and line the bags and away to the airport. And of course, this further increases the cultural acceptance to Tamil, which is now at 100%. Tamil and Sihala are brothers. Brotherhood and unity is alive in Tambapani. That is what I like to see. Sinhala, Tamil, no difference. The only difference being language, of course, but still. They may have their traditions while we have ours, but we all love each other here. This is truly the island of Buddha. Peace. Now keep in mind, the ruler here is Sihala, not Tamil. I would love to reappoint Tamil vassals. Not much going on, other than collect tax, tax, tax. Whoa, what was that? What house? What are you patron of? Abayagiri. Okay, that increases the prominence of it. Tribute. He gave in. Look at that! I hear as I walk down the streets of Vani. My Radhapuda. Savannah has pointed to what seems to be known as Kubera Smith's goods. And smile quickly appears on his face, blissful. A group of apprentices are kneeled down in front of the workbench. The master supervises the crowd from until the door, arms crossed, chin up. You'll need a bit more strength for that, son. Savannah takes a step back, completely mesmerized. We should invest in these merchants back home too. Gunduz, my Senevarad, is also a savvy politician. So there you go. Magnificent Liege. And now we have this little modifier now. Which now we have more taxation increase. And you've got so much gold that you have no idea what to do with it. Well, I know what we do with it. We hold a grand tournament for once. So he is holding it here because provinces are suitable buildings give a gold discount due to county development, barracks, blacksmiths, universities, suitable terrain. Remember how I was kicked out of that tournament one time because I tried to cheat, try to sabotage? So I'm gonna do all these things that women are allowed to compete in. Recital, board game, and horse race. Those are the three things that women are allowed to compete in. Unless you're of the culture where they have the martial for equal or female only. Those are the ones that the women are allowed to compete in. They cannot compete in all the other ones unless the culture's martial is equal, where they're allowed to compete just about anything, as much as with the men. So these three contests here will have three different formats. So a recital is a poetry competition in which each contestant publicly recites a poem written for the occasion. It is judged against the other entrants. Board game, a contest of wits in which contestants play a series of board game matches, with the ultimate winner being the last remaining player. And then finally, horse race, a spectator sport in which lords and ladies enter horses to race against each other, with the winner being the first to cross the finishing line. That's the initial cost. But let's all the way. And I would love to win this thing. So this is how much it costs, but due to location having barracks, university, it reduces a bit. So we're basically spending half of our treasury now for this. The real question is, I mean, it would be nice to win all three, but I'm just trying to test myself. And of course, many of the Radhapuda will be competing, including acclaimed knights. Mother will live long enough to see this. Can't trade for a tournament. Like to see the accolades are stored. It's all about wit. The turn is at hand at last. Many have flocked to my grounds of Vijaya Rajapura, eager to prove their worth or to simply enjoy the spectacle. The sun rises higher in the sky, and the shadows shorten. If I am to compete in the recital contest, I must ensure that I will qualify. It will soon begin. No time to lose. Radapur stand assembled for the day's training. Their tents laden with kit. Yudamala and myself stand before all. Radapur, what you do not know, ask humbly be taught. Together we represent the Baeshi. Let us together prepare for our glories. Turns to me, eyes green, command us. Watch our opponents. Learn their weaknesses. Even though it's recital, so calm yourselves. A small crowd is gathered around a passionately orating us through. They seem to be listening attentively. Your own skill will only take you so far in the tournament, you might sense. It is those who support or don't support you who will decide your fate. Let me tell you, when I became friends with Garcia de Nova, we're almost having our best, but it feels like mere seconds. He sure knows how to spin a tail. Leonese. This will help me in the upcoming contest. A couple of guests are arriving. Nah, too expensive. Get rid of that old scale armor. I have no use for that. Squires laugh and joke as they polish their helms and mail. One of them snorts so hard it sounds like a pig, and the rest soon imitate him. They're rather put a loiter nearby. Among these I spot Basaba, Paslarumogan's counselor. His skills have been greatly praised, and his name resonates as one of the possible victors. I could convince him to join my council. He's a missionary. I do not wish to offend. I'm focused on the recital. I'll go to the artisan's quarters. That'll be the last thing to do here. Browsing the wares on display in the tailor shop, I spy a carefully wrapped package among the piles of garments and sundries. The tailor happily opens it for me, carefully untying the leather bindings to reveal the exquisitely embroidered crest, the Samavansha crest. Lovely. I want the Vijayabahu crest. I gained 43 experience of bow. Holy crud! Because of that, I gained a small health boost for this. I wish I had the ability to compete in archery tournaments, but I can't. But it'll definitely be a lot helpful in hunting. I should go hunting more often. It is good for the realm. We do have the money to support it. So, entrance mill about the main tent, warming up vocal cords and memorizing stanzas as the crowd fills the amphitheater. And my ears prick up as my name is mentioned, driven across the gentle breeze. This could be a good sign or a bad one. I'll have to place a bet. Prepared the bouquet by the tavern's dim light, I pondered a stream of odds that shuts over the heads of milling punters. Baldwin is a recital favorite. 4-1 for Baldwin. I'll bet on myself. A crowd hollers and cheers as I complete my latest recital, a piece designed to target Cunhavita's honor and show how all much greater my wit truly is. There is no doubt in anyone's mind who the clear winner is, but in the sheer euphoria of the moment, I feel the urge to loose a new poem onto my enduring crown. 99% chance that my verse wins the crowd, increasing my trade experience and wit. Most definitely so. Thank you very much for the entertainers. Night begins to fall on the scene, but torches light the completion as it continues. I talk to myself under my breath, readying my lips for the next round as I reminisce about the happenings so far. Like when I step forward to take my turn, ascending the steps to the dice, it is time for the final verse. I'll regale the crowd with a tale of war and victory, combined diplomacy and martial challenge. 67% chance that score increases moderately, 13% that nothing happens, 19% that my score decreases moderate. Shall see. I finished my verse with a raised fist, and a snorers of fun. The crowd, however, only musters for polite applause. Interspersed with a few coughs, my shoulders slump as I leave the dice. My hopes are waning. I'm winning. Victory is so close. There are a few fresh competitors left to go. Even less time, it all comes down to this. One last verse. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamors, competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over. Someone's moment in the sun's being readied. As Harold steps forward, voice booming across him. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all else, the truly spirit of competition, we are our final three. And the third place, the Gatsi Uda Kunavira. Covering a close second, Gunduts. Of course, that leaves us our victor, Maheshi Seneya. I knew I could win. I have proven my worthiness beyond doubt. I actually won. Not to mention I won the wager for myself. So I won the prize and money wager. Gained lambastic withdrawal, so I will receive the prize in the end. Go, ankle biter, go faster! I hear a man's voice echo across the grounds. I look up to see a small thing hurrying through the sky like a black bolt of lightning. Soon enough, it swoops down towards me, showing. Ah, you must have cheated. Your bird cannot fly that fast. Just look at her, shaped like a brick. The angry Lulu shouts at the window, look at smug. Must take a lot of preparation to do this. Study well. Every dram of my honor, sirs, Idiraja of Kudala Sangama. Espionage himself belongs to you. Servants try to restrain him, his friends offer excuses. That drunken Artapuna swats them away. Unhand me, damn you all! My Heshe, free me from my Tante master. My oath is yours, will you have me? Laughter catches my throat, for Idiraja is truly a fiend to Ratapura. Granted high honors by his liege. Ratler, it is. This wine-rot foolery could gain me both a great warrior and a vengeful foe. He's a Tabu. Good prowess. However. Stand aside, idiot. Your liege will hear to this. What's this drunk traitor gonna do? Vomit on me? He's not exactly fighting fit. So he backs down. Hold it right there. Yes, I prepare for my upcoming match. I spot Ratard of a son of funny. Hell, I may by waving a handkerchief around, offering his favor. Before I can respond, Upatisa appears, holding a handkerchief out, insisting I take his favor instead. I mean, I know this man, but as for you... I have a match to focus on. I have no time for such things. I have no time for flattery. I have to play a board game here. Contestants take their places at the gaming tables. Five of their coaches have requested refreshments. As the herald announces the contest commencement, the games themselves are arrayed on the dressing tables. Pieces polished to Immersion. The board game qualifier is coming in, and its good will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no questions to the favorites. My first bout I've been paired against my Rataputa, this Tamu man, my bodyguard. Despite the fact I'm callous, but I would not do this option. If I was an arbitrary character, I would pick that option. But I'll place a bet. Bet on myself. And they say I'm the favorite, which isn't a surprise. The table flips of an almighty thwack, sending the Pachesi pieces flying. His mood turned suddenly several moves ago. He realized a simple mistake, but it all decided the game in my favor. Yes, yes, you win, Maheshi Seneya. He whines. Happy. Calm. Callous. Your ambition was your own undoing, so I'll say pick them up. I need to make my last move. The board game quarterfinals over. Maheshi Seneya, Ratlaru Vikrama of Anuradhapura, Mahasana Malaya, and Balduin have reached the semi-final. Next battle will be against my cousin, Mahasana. I can do this. Soft click of the moving piece disturbs the calm. We are deep into the endgame now, and the gang hangs in the balance. I ponder what's already happened, such as when my opponent overturned the table tired of an almighty crash. I'm winning by some margin, provided I could press his advantage hard. Victory is surely on the horizon. Maybe I could draw from my knowledge of warfare. Combined learning and martial. 64% chance of score increase moderately. 14% nothing. 21% decrease moderately. I'm nodding my head. My opponent ignores the trap I laid, but likewise, notice and evade one laid for me. A few tense moves proves fruitless for both of us. The game is at something of a stalemate as we move towards the end. It's soon clear there's no coming back from Ahasena. I grind him down, inexorably moving towards victory as his position weakens slowly, but irretrievably. The judge is calling in. I have won. Victory. The bout between Vikrama and Balduin decided. Both contestants made good showing their skills, but ultimately, Vikrama decided the game with a set of well-played moves. Vikrama's to the final. Well fought, Darted put out. You knocked the Frenchman out. So it's us two in the final. Ah, Vikram. You and I went back and forth when we had that dinner. So, may the best person win. Gazing quietly at the Patrici board as Vikrama considers his next move, I suddenly spotted. Distracted in my idle strategizing, I have overlooked an opening which would give me a clear advantage, as long as my opponent is not anticipated. I am conscious to not make any outward sign of recognition lest I draw attention, scanning Vikrama's eyes for awareness or the deception of a trap. Softly, softly. Combined intrigue and learning. 92% chance that the maneuver's to coup. 7% chance that this maneuver backfires. It varies greatly. Oh, it backfired. Huh. Maybe I could draw my knowledge of warfare here again. Oh no, that one backfired. Oh. Oh, that was just bad luck on my part. The moment my hand leaves the playing piece, I know I've made a mistake. My opponent's artfully laid trap is sprung. A few more moves, clear disadvantage by my error. Forced into a position I didn't want at all. Moments later, I realized that the danger of my position. Vikram was evading me from the start. It seems every move I make is a compromise. Losing inch by inch spiritually. All too soon, my position becomes untenable. The judge's call to an end. I have lost. I would not call cheating. Plus, I would do that if I was, well, one, if I was an arbitrary character, and two, if I was a raffle character. Just to say, hey, cheated, he's a, all that. But I'll just say, confound it, he got me. I just had a bad stroke of luck. Hey, at least it's one of ours, that one. So, you're the winner here. You get to win the prize. So my credit goes to you. And that makes you the Grand Master here. So now it's a horse race. This does not mean I ride horses directly. No, no, no. It's something else entirely. It's something we don't typically see in past plays as far as I'm concerned. Attention, all you who wander here. The herald's voice cuts through the crowds milling about the tournament, and more than it turned to face the noise. Let it be known that entering the field right now is oh gosh, slightly scanning the crowd for a name. I clearly forgot. Is my good lady, my good lord, Harold's hands clench and unclench spasmodically. I never heard of that word before. The panic at forgetting the name of the Radiput was being introduced as clear as day. Sad Radiput. Radiput Sena approaches the growing crowd with the face of thunder. Ha! I forgot his name. Ha! I'll go to the temple. As Peria Palive moves aside to let me approach, I take a solemn moment, alone at the temple near the terminal grounds. Pondering in the presence of the samsara, I find myself wondering what it is I wish, in my heart of hearts, to say come for the days of revelry. Bring me glory at the Sarastra. "34 years old now. I greet the band of Radapur as they wander past me. One straggling behind the rest makes me pause, spinning on my heel. I call after the figure. They're clad in shapeless, ill-fitting armor, their eyes wide and clearly terrified beneath the helmet. Something isn't right here. Step before to rip off the helmet before they have a chance to react. Standing before me, look around furtively to see if anyone else notices. None other than a woman, dressed as a Radapur, planning to compete. Well, I mean, you can compete in a horse race if you are qualified. Wang Chuk is her name. She's a Gasangpa, Tibetan people, Himalayan people. Good commander, great prowess. I could do with the services of someone like you. You got it, my friend. We're done here. I'm wondering, when is time? 3 months. Yes, in 3 months' time. To give me 2 favors of the Lord, and I don't really need that. I've qualified. The finest horses in Tambapani, adorned in the colors of their owners, are led around the track as the herald announces the contest commencement. The riders mill around as they wait for the beasts to arrive. Some stretching, some eyeing their own. It seems that Ratla's Duravani's mare, Brave Hoof, has caught the eye of many as unlikely contender. My fastest horse, Swift Hooves. What the heck? It's not gonna notice by the breeders and gamblers. Place a bet here. My horse is all set, of course, but the beast is nothing without a capable rider to control it. As a result, I find myself with 3 potential riders arrayed before me, all clamoring for the honor of being allowed to represent me. The first is my Ratapana, Apaya, a fair candidate considering his experience in handling horses as a profession. The last one is a complete stranger, a local man of no note who goes by the name Apan. There's this man. There's Apaya who allegedly knows about horses. And there's my bodyguard. Down. I'll go with someone I know. Perhaps you. So, I'll bet on my horse, Swift Hooves. Watching Ratler and Ransvani's riders ride their steed is much like watching a boulder roll over a village square. They ride like an absolute lunatic, and unfortunately my own rider has fallen victim to the violent and clumsy racing. I've been agonized meaning in a hard, painful crutch. My horse is battered into the wall of the track. I'm certain that his leg is damaged. Ah, crud. Ah, crud. 100% chance that I'll say this, because the other options, because I'm starting. This obviously breaks the rules. 100% chance that I'll convince Judge to penalize that jockey for what he just did here. What he did wasn't right. The horse continued to thunder around the course. The remaining riders saw in their steeds' reins and urged them ever faster. It's been an eventful race already, I think. Remembering when my horse was bashed by the competitor's horse. There's only one more lap to go. I laid over to the edge and stand, shout down my rider as the pack passes. Next time, pay attention to the rider of their skills. I'll just say this. Hit him in the face. 41% chance to increase. 20, nothing. 34, it's great. It's hard to see if my advice made any difference. All horses round final bend into the home straight to something of a clump. My horse is bolting free of the chasing pack. If it can hold off my rivals, we'll win. The crowd reaches the crescendo. The riders urge their steeds in unison. The finishing line moves. One more push. My horse, Swift Hooves, crosses the line as the crowd erupts, followed closely by Rattler Mahusena's Chiefess and Vikrama's Kataka. Swift Hooves didn't even place. I'll be better prepared next time. I proved my worthiness beyond doubt. We've actually won. Won my wager. Champion racehorse. Alright. Go to the village. Food and done. Oh, we've seen this many times. Disgusting people. The sun comes down on the final day of the tournament as the mad crowds begin to disperse. I find myself ruminating over the results. My horse finished first in horse racing. My mastery of earth saw me worthy of winning the recital. Vikrama's sharp mind outfought all adversaries to win the board games. I fulfilled my goal in winning the contest. I look forward to the next one. So, he gets the prize, which I get the prize bowl, and I get the prize wine ton. Whew. Night effectiveness. A huge oak vessel massive crasher capable of storing hundreds of gallons of wine, claimed by the prize in the horse race contest. Knighty renown. Huge experience in wit. Gain a bit for horse. Damn, I should hold these tournaments more often if I can afford them. Nobody pays much heed. Right. The crowd leads the competitors right themselves, but the atmosphere is cut keenly by a screechy voice. Sanka, who's my Rajputahid person, how could you be watching this idle, time-wasting filth? He bubbles, turning from person to person, spittle flying as lips as he hungers them. You should be spending less time here and more worshipping. The sea of people wavers somewhat. The silver troop sits in the words. Before a few brave and angry voices speak on a return. The tide of public opinion washes over Sanka. Ferociously he stands ground, booming his sweet. Perhaps I should let this one blow itself out. I'm a calm person. Know your place, Beku. Don't have much room for furniture with these prizes. Ah, yes. Build a temple. Large in size. 7 days, and I'll be a strategist. Haven't had a march in a while, apparently. You'll do. Now I'm a strategist. It's +3 martial, which makes strategy focus on necessary hand. +1 diplomacy, more enemy fatal casualties, can cross rivers and straits without advantage penalties. Trying to think. For once, go for temptation focus. Just want to increase the fertility a bit. Plus, I do have a few intrigue related items in the court somewhere that can help me out with the increase of intrigue. Plus, I want to have children sooner or later. But I haven't found the right person to marry yet. Perhaps I'll find it sooner or later. Let time tick along here. Even more fertility. Fix that. Some people think that I'm reading filth. How about we go on a hunt? Since I do have a knack at it. No animal sighting, so there's no reason to hunt yet. Never mind. Disregard. The peasants in the Rata Matera are in a good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, and the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk and geese laying golden eggs. The peasants are praising me for their fortune and have sent a delegation carrying gifts. I graciously accept their gifts. By today's mid-morning, I was approached by my Ambadakaria with a radical idea to implement a plan developing the core foundations to provide my domain counties with the basis for a special building of new infrastructure there. In effect, following his guidelines, I can invest now a significant sum ago to enjoy lower construction costs for the next 10 years in my counties. Of course, it all depends on the skills to pull off the whole trick. Perhaps taking a page from the original plans will depend on my own skills and trades. Well, he's the one with the stewardship education. So, he's got good stewardship, yes. He's not an architect, as far as we know. Lack of stewardship, he's the one to steward, so he'll implement the plan. 847. It'll jump up in a year or two. His ingenuities let us find to develop the infrastructure of my domain. It's to be a huge success. Now it's up to me to take advantage of the efforts. Oh yeah, very good. But money's going elsewhere. So many modifiers. I have noted as the late with some noted substance praised to be captured rather than pirate fleets seem not too often. While the situation cannot be worse, it seems that the sea lanes we're patrolling are almost empty of merchants to be talking about a pirate fleet. There's also a possibility of not planning the pirate routes in the most optimal fashion. 60 gold. Has to be matrilineal. And perhaps spread my dynasty to other places. Would sound ideal. Oh, stay away from people with lover spots. That's another thing. Cousin. Be a secondary spouse to him. In your dreams. And not interested in inner vassal marriage. Okay, just this once, okay? And I would not do that again. Find me someone of inheritable trait that is good. I'll have that man right there. I'll start Chaya. May never know. Small chance of that happening. So yeah, he's the one for me. If we were to hold that grand wedding right now, this is what it'll look like at the max with everything. Not as much, especially that we have traditional Vijayabhar weddings, which we gotta do those more often for renown gain and a couple of other things. Well, that one doesn't cost as much as you thought it would be. Plus he... Oh my goodness, I did not look at the prowess. I was looking at his traits. Plus he's virtuous in his religion. Sadistic, gallant. He is the one. But I'll tell you what. I'm attracted to that man. Hold on, where are you from? Up there. Okay, it's like the patrol was planned, but let me seduce him before I make this official. Of course, support the Sangha. $662. Assemble the estates. I'll tell you what, when the progress reaches 5, make the wedding official. In the past few days, my neighboring Mandala Mudaya Kambika has been visiting my court on her way to some holy site or something. Since her arrival, she has been outshining me with her generosity towards my own courtiers, who've all been lapping her with gold with no dignity. Can't help but scoff to see her surrounded by adoring courtiers for the umpteenth time. My courtiers. A purse for you, good Hitin. And some coins for you also, kind Gajabal. And for you, sweet Sumana Devi, sweet honeycakes. Remember, riches are meant to be shared. Well, I could be even more generous. See? Sister died. Anyone could buy a token of affection, big or small. If I want to impress Chadava, should I send him something truly special? How about a handkerchief with my crest on it? Anything for you. Tell me. Yeah, here's an idea. When the progress reaches 5, start the grand wedding. By the time he comes here, then after the wedding is over, and then, oh, I might make him my new bodyguard. He is my husband. But that remains to be seen. The estates of my realms had a sad affair where my options are countered, my decisions being disregarded at the risk of being a political puppet in my own realm factions, be they noble or common. In the end, it's expensive or nothing so far has been accomplished, or I'm politically losing the rage over my own subjects. I will assert my political will for this. My Chuck shall be my bodyguard. Start. Planet. Oh, look. He's gonna be here. This is my cousin. Maybe I could deal with that bastard. Yeah, that's gonna be my intent. Murder my cousin and rival. Kinslaying is condemned, but I never liked that man. Yep, now he's traveling, so this will be put on hold. And after the wedding ceremony is finished, we get the stews that we lay, and then there you go. So finally, at 35, I will finally be married. It'll still take time because he will be arriving on the 4th of February. Bit ill. Feels like you've been around for a very long time. And has. Where the hell is cousin going? Oh, he's attending the grand wedding. Did he get stuck? Or something? You bastard. You didn't come. Yeah, that option's not there anymore. Maybe something happened and it caused him to back out. Oh, I'll get you next time. Never mind then. Never you mind. By the way, is your leech gonna be there? I'm not. No. Then what other nobles from other realms would be good to have? These are all locals except over in the Maldives. Who is a hideous, rakish... Oh man. I hate to be that man. Never mind, just go for recreation. Tamil Sri Kula populace. What's going on down there? What? Hugely disgruntled populace. What did you do over there? What the hell did you do to the population? Forge a goblins, whatever. Don't spend it. Money's going elsewhere. Here comes the groom. I'm glad Mother's lived long enough to see this occasion. One more time, one more check. He just died. You might be in my history, but you're also an obnoxious wench. The unprovoked anger expressed my brother's was surprised. There's under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this, that he struggles. It's calming. I have no heir towards my dynasty, so this makes this wedding much more important. It always feels amazing when you've been planning for something for so long and spent so much money on it, and it's finally there. Everything is ready. Decorations are in place, the guests are mingling, and servants scurry around loaded dishes. I'm pacing around in excitement and nervousness when my future spouse, Deva, appears, ready in his finest attire. We're ready to begin. I can't wait. Let me check again. No one else from other realms outside of Lanka. The only one outside of Lanka is the Maldives. Why not? But I want no physical contact of what goes on in there. Gifts are given to me. I sweet-talked him, gained intrigue. Just received news the temple which I ordered a while back has been completed. How inspired to see the Buddhist statue adorns the main hall. Many will benefit from this temple, which will serve as spiritual center for local monastics and lay. When the ceremony finally reaches its climax, and both myself and my spouse are asked for our formal consent, I'm barely paying any attention, buzzing as I'm excited for the imminent celebration. Piles of delicious food, limitless drinks, and many happy faces to share them all with. I can't imagine anything better. But for the time being, let's get the formalities over. Do I want to spend the rest of my life with him? Oh, I do. For the renown. As the ceremony concludes, we all move to the banquet venue. I secretly smile to myself, picturing the joys to come from my married life with him. Not everyone can be so lucky to marry such a likable person. I wish everyone to share my happiness, and let's all tuck in. Enjoy. Sweet talk to increased intrigue. Fine sculptures, exotic tapestries, strange foreign flower arrangements, and more festoon the banquet hall. A veritable feast for the eyes. Near my seat, opinions on decorations. Now this is what I was expecting, Brooms. A venue fit for a truly grand wedding. Frankly, I found it all a little exhausting, moans Madison. I don't even know what's a seat and what's a decorative sculpture. I picked many decorations myself, Poliana. I spent whatever evening hobnobbing with this intricate web weaver. Somebody wants to kill her. Only wanted to increase fertility simply. That's why this exists. I've become the owner of Vikrama's scale armor. And gave me his scale armor too. Ah, there is nothing like a feast. It reminds us all what is good in life. And the company is not too bad either. At least those seated closest to me seem to think so. You are something special, Seneya, one of VIET tells me. Kadera-san and Vikrama nod their heads agree. I just do what I feel is right. Yeah, I'm an eager reveler. Don't have much of the reveler trait path. The feast has started winding down with everyone sitting and tired, but the day is still not over for the Dava and me. The procession of guests leads us to our bedchamber, for the legitimacy of the wedding depends on it being consummated. It's time. As the banquet reaches climax, his growing anxiety over the imminent someone was not clear. My new husband turns to me as the procession sets off to our chambers, pleading, "Please, can we do this? Can we do without this?" Over the hollering and drumming. Don't be silly, it's tradition. It's not the first wedding I went to. manipulate Shokano. With this, with heavy side, I leave all the festivities behind and close the door to our wedding chamber. It's been a long day, but a wedding does need to be consummated, right? I couldn't help but notice that Agarada was increasingly fidgety with the progression of the evening. But I didn't think too much of it. I was a bit nervous at their wedding. However, as I reached for his undergarments, I'm surprised to find him much less excited and unexpected. He almost jumps out of his skin and exclaims, "It's this room! The bed! Or that bedside table! Maybe the tapestry! My virility has been cursed! What's the matter with you?" I understand. Don't worry. Or just say fine and make sure there's no more excuses. It doesn't matter because... When finally the last guest leaves, I look around the deserted venue. The food leftovers, the spilled snow on the floor, the echoes of people's laughter still linger in the air. I feel satisfied. What an amazing day. I did a very fine job organizing it. Couldn't get a hold of the man from the Maldives. Thank you all for coming. Look at all this junk. Get rid of them. Call that gifts? Just old, broken down armor. Why'd you give your armor away? With my hostage, yes, it's no longer in relevance. Lottie is free to take her leave and rejoin her family, so she chooses. So we never officially laid during the consummation ceremony. But he likes her well enough, so there's a chance at that. Well, he's a religious villain. How about a small book of theism? Good choice. Little odd taste to increase fertility on unfathomable levels. I've reached at that age. Just want to do anything to. Again, I'm not a lustful character. It's just I figured it's about time to be with someone with significant other. Promoted. Another gallant man. $6.59. Just going a bit slow. I don't care for the suffering of others. I don't blink for what must be done independently or the consequences of any third party. Unfortunately, my callous nature is usually met with some form of retribution or the other. Unpalatable stances. Perhaps if I change my nature a little bit, I'm more successful in life. Analyzing my whole life through this new angle, I feel an anguish burning deep inside myself. Who do I want to be? A change of priorities might be in order, so I decided to suppress the angle of my personality, and a new personality will manifest itself. Understandably, this change causes significant distress. I'll lose the callous trait. Again, I'm not a kid anymore, I'm not what I used to. So, remember that vow from Vasa? Oh, it takes about that time. And I've picked up the honest trait. Oh, virtuous. And let's end the episode with this. The servants have been all sent away, and our beds with decorative roses. As the Agarada enters our chambers, he smiles coolly and joins without any hesitation. By help of hands, mouths, and lips, I reaffirm the devotion we swore before Siddhartha. Perhaps a more carnal fast than attended. As we were united in marriage, now we are united in heart. Perhaps some would think that love can change a person. And I guess that's what this is. She stopped being callous and she started being more honest. And this way, now she is the most virtuous Buddhist ruler that this country's ever had. If only she was also generous. Or even have a student intellectual more, or even scholar. But every little bit helps, because we never had a Buddhist ruler of 3 or more virtues during this current phase, but this will definitely get us to accumulation a bit more faster now. As we will end the episode on that note. So in the next episode, Children of Seneya will be coming in order to continue this line of the Vijayabahu dynasty. And perhaps a few more adventures such as hunting, pilgrimages, and we have not gone to a pilgrimage to Bodh Gaya or Varanasi, Sanath, to pick up these more learning skills and all that and more. So we'll see it in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.